Breaking news. Despite the mutiny, the BBC reports that Wagner is still actively recruiting. Days after staging a mutiny that caused Vladimir Putin to raise fears of civil war, the Wagner Group is still recruiting fighters across Russia. We called over a dozen different recruitment centers from a Russian phone number, always explaining that we were inquiring on behalf of a brother if questioned. The consensus of the respondents was that operations were continuing normally. No one believed the group was being disbanded from western Kaliningrad to southern Krasnodar. A woman at the Viking Sports Club in Murmansk, Russia's Arctic capital, said she was still recruiting soldiers for Ukraine. "That's the position we're trying to fill. Simply give me a call if you're interested, and we'll arrange a time and place to meet." The vast majority of Wagner's extensive network is situated in various types of MMA and boxing gyms. A number of people who answered the phone emphasized that new recruits were not signing contracts with the Russian Defense Ministry but rather with the mercenary organization. A man at the Sparta Sports Club in Volgograd was categorical. "It has nothing to do with the Defense Ministry. There has been no halt in our recruitment efforts." At the heart of the bitter feud that erupted into last weekend's armed uprising was the demand that the mercenaries transfer to the Defense Ministry, thereby bringing the Wagner Group and its boss Yevgeny Prigozhin to heel. Despite the Kremlin's best efforts, it remains the biggest challenge to President Putin's authority in his over 20 years of rule. In a country where numerous opposition activists are currently serving lengthy prison sentences for speaking out against Russia's war on Ukraine, the criminal case against the mutineers has been dropped. Even Wagner's leader was let go, relocating to Belarus, though on Tuesday night Prigozhin's private jet was spotted returning to Russia. His army is still active, having marched on Moscow and shooting down helicopters and an airplane. "We are hard at it. They would have informed us if anything had changed. But there is nothing." The female recruiter in Krasnodar, southern Russia, was direct. For the duration of their 6-month contracts, Wagner fighters continue to be paid a generous 240,000 rubles, £2,175 per month. The head of Russia's Parliamentary Defense Committee said on Thursday that Prigozhin had been informed that the deadline for Wagner's incorporation into the Defense Ministry was firm. The Defense Ministry ordered all organizations to immediately begin contracting. Andrei Kartopalev remarked, "Everyone but Mr. Prigozhin," calling the mutiny by Prigozhin an act of treason. When he said he was informed that Wagner would not participate in the special military operation, he was using a euphemism for Russia's war in Ukraine. Furthermore, no financial or material resources would be provided. After years of denying any official connection to Wagner, Vladimir Putin suddenly reversed course in the wake of this weekend's mutiny. In an apparent attempt to undermine Yevgeny Prigozhin, he asserted that the organization received all of its funding from the Russian government. So, it's hard to say what Wagner's chances of survival actually are. Mr. Putin signed a law on Saturday restricting prison recruitment in Russia, eliminating a major source of Wagner's Ukrainian fighters. However, the larger-scale recruitment effort by the group continues. "If someone signed up today in Volgograd, I could deploy him tomorrow," the man we spoke with said, confirming that Belarus is now a potential destination. Alexander Lukashenko, the longtime leader of Belarus, has enjoyed talking about his role mediating an end to Saturday's uprising, and he said this week that Wagner fighters are welcome in Belarus. He said the Belarusian military could learn a lot from them. A Wagner member from Belarus who uses the handle Brest on the radio has implied that the group would be effective at protecting Mr. Lukashenko in the event of further protests against his authoritarian rule in the run-up to the parliamentary elections scheduled for next year. Posting a video on Telegram from an unspecified location, Brest likewise informed his audience that, less than 300 kilometers from Kyiv, lay the Belarusian border. It was a threat in all but name. However, there has been no indication that Wagner forces are relocating to Belarus. For the time being, things are as they were. A woman in Saratov, central Russia, confirmed to reporters that she is still trying to enlist men to fight in Ukraine. As is customary, everyone travels to Molkino, where training takes place. Apparently referring to a shooting range in southern Russia that has been linked to Wagner in the past, she said, "They get all the information there. I was curious if anything would alter after July 1st. No, I really do not think so. I can't say. But we still get messages from interested parties.